Hey friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and this was supposed to be yesterday video, but technical difficulties pushed the day, so it's gonna be posted today. Today I ain't gonna be working on Mortal Engine itself, but on one of the support vehicles. So let's just get on the table and see where we get from here. So as most of you know, I love Volkswagen Beetle. It is probably one of my favorite cars. Yeah, it's the shape, is just lending itself very well to conversion. And then I have this, and I was thinking about putting this just on the side, inside of the vehicle bay there, just being a next car waiting for conversion. But then I thought to myself, this actually looks good, while the Volkswagen is on top of it. Yeah, it's kind of create this new shape. Yeah, and only thing I would need to do is remove the glass really to make it sit better. So what I'm gonna do is first of all remove the wheels from the Beetle, and one wheel just flew next to my head. Ow. Yeah, and I didn't want to remove the button because the spoilers are actually built in and I want to keep them. And now I could, disassemble this whole thing because this is plastic, so it would be easy. But I think that, just ripping the glass out is gonna be enough, so let's just get on with it. Come on, glass. I know that you want to go out. So yeah, that was very easy to do. And you can see how the back wheels of the car, both cars, kind of works. Yeah, and one big issue that I have with this car is this gap in here. It looks ugly, but other than that, it's okay. Yeah, and now the plastic insert is moving, but it's going to be invisible once we have this one sitting on top of it. And I'm just thinking, is this holding up nicely? It is. So let's just merge them together. Yeah, just find the connection points. There's gonna be one in here, but if I cut the seats, the back of the Volkswagen would be sitting lower. So 1 and 2. Now let's see. Yep. Now I just need to cut this maybe a little bit. And the entire car is sitting just tiny bit lower. It doesn't make visually that much of a difference. Yeah, but for me it did actually do a lot. So now I have to glue it, but because of how much gap there is inside, I think that we're gonna need to go with the baking soda and super glue. And actually this super glue doesn't work very well with baking soda for some reason. So I just grab the super glue sticks and hope for the best. As the contact points are far and few between, let's just go with as much as I can pour in. Okay. And do I have... Okay, just some piece of paper to get the baking soda out, and hopefully it is gonna help solidify the connection. Today I'm probably gonna get my printer out and start printing some extra bits, as I have pretty much run out of all the 3D printed pieces that I have. And, you know, I still have to fix my better printer, but my old one that costs right now 99 euro or dollars, yeah, is still very workable. All right, it's didn't connect very well. So let's just do this. So sometimes you can just pour baking soda into the gap and then put a super glue on top of it. And with a bit of luck and some patience, it's gonna create the connection you are looking for and save your project from complete failure. Those will... It's still turning. Like, I don't see a difference between, like, when I hear the debate about, you know, turning or not turning wheels in Gaslands builds, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, they are still toys at the end of the day. So, you know, they can have turning wheels, they don't have to have turning wheels. I will be happy either way. Now, what I want to do with it next. I think that some sort of armor, maybe a ladder going up would be nice, but let's just give me a second to think about it. Okay, so I was just thinking about aesthetic of this car, how it's gonna look, and my main concern was it's a part of a bigger project. So I use a lot of corrugated metal on the city, well, village pretty much, because, well, city, it would be much bigger, you know, when we think about just the world of the Mortal Engines. But just look at this, yeah, nice spoiler made out of the corrugated metal, and I think that, you know, the armoring on it would mostly be done with corrugated metal, as this is what the city have in abundance, I guess. And I still want to use some of this, what do you call it now, diamond plating, because I was still using some in the city. So I'm just, you know, following the idea that everything is built out of similar materials, so they would use the, of course, diamond plating whenever they can, because it seems like something more sturdy than just corrugated metal sheets. But as well, you know, they would throw corrugated metal, you know, in places where the come on, English, come back to me, where it is not so necessary to have a very strong protection. In this case, it is just the wheel wells. It doesn't require to be extremely strong. It just, you know, splashers. Yeah. So next thing which I was thinking about was what would be the role of this car in the city, and I think that it's going to be dual purpose. One of them going to be hunting other cars, so I want to mount a harpoon gun on top, and the other one would be protecting the cities and the town. And how would it protect it? It would be a smoke spewers. Yeah, so I'm gonna install smoke pipes in here. The thing is that when you think about those cars, yeah, even when you look at this fantasy car, it have engine at the front, and Volkswagen have the engine at the back. Yeah, so just to keep this somewhat realistic, as much as, you know, something completely coming from the depths of my mind can be realistic, yeah, I want to add 2 sets of exhaust pipes, one at the sides, both of them, and then one set coming in here in the back, because, well, I know that this doesn't make much sense at the end of the day, yeah, but it is the set for the Volkswagen. Oh, come on. This one pipe doesn't want to stick at all. And of course, just and a tiny bit of super glue and back to baking soda. I don't think that the back wheel is gonna be willing to really turn at all. All right. Yeah, I think that they are already quite jacked. So there we have it. It have, you know, like a lot of spewers. Yeah. And now to build the harpoon gun. I didn't think how to build it properly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do some small mounts out of plastic art. I don't have ready 3D printed harpoon gun on it or anything like that. Yeah, and now I'm gonna need some harpoon to go on the front as well. And this is gonna be the tip of the harpoon. I have some, what do you call it now? Accessory sprue, yeah, from, come on. I'm losing my words today. It isn't good. The accessory sprue is from the Samurai set. Yeah, the brown is from Samurai set. The green one is from the American Soldiers. And now I just want to make it a long pipe. Yeah, and I can stick the accessory sprue into it. So this part is gonna be a launcher. This is gonna be the harpoon. And of course, two different kinds of plastic ain't gonna be very happy with each other, so it's better to just trust a super glue. So super glue, and now somewhere in the middle I'm gonna glue the stand for it. Oh, come on, don't stick to my finger. Yep. Oh, there you go. Even super glue doesn't like it. This is the problem with using two different kinds of material. Maybe this is gonna help. And now I can have this mounted on top of the roof here. I ain't gonna be putting any crew on this vehicle because, well, I just don't want to. And I still have this metal plating. I can use some of it, and I still have some. I don't think that I'm gonna be using any more of the, what do you call it, of the corrugated sheets. But I have those pieces, and I decided just to slap it somewhere. Yeah. So the main defense of this car and main would be the smoke. The main offense of it would be the harpoon. Yeah, they don't want to maybe destroy the cars they come across. They want to capture them for the betterment of their settlement. So yeah. And this little piece, can I cover the wheel well here? Yes, I can. So I'm just gonna be covering this wheel well. There we go. And now the last conversion for this one would be, of course, the rubber band. That slowly is becoming a staple of those builds. And this one gonna go to the front, maybe on top of the hood. So quite a long piece. Let's just glue it over here. Give it a second or two to dry. The bonus of this, of course, is the fact that rubber band is material, so it soaks the super glue very quickly. All right. And now I just need to figure out how exactly to put it. Maybe somewhat like that. And then down here, it's actually, because of this, how bendy it is, it's actually really putting itself into the place. And now this one gonna go exactly like that, so here. And we're gonna just glue it in here. Oh, I cut it too long, but well, this happened. And this is gonna give the car a nice looking side profile. Probably still too long, but it's better to cut, you know, a couple of times than once and make it too short. All right, so let's just glue it into the place. Okay, it's a bit fluffy, but I'm gonna fix it in a second. So I'm just gonna do it on the other side, and then I'm gonna black bomb it and be right back. So now we have it fully gray bombed, really, not black bombed. And I want to use this red, but this red doesn't want to go out of the bottle, so yeah. I think that the ball that I put into the bottle is getting stuck in there and just causing all of the trouble for me. But yeah, I want to paint it first completely red. Yeah, and this is gonna be my kind of a undercut of a rust color, I would say. Yeah, I want it to be a rusty bugger. So, yep. Probably one of the first cars that joined the town fleet, and you know, it's been maintained, but the paint job wasn't very well, so... Oh, wow. Okay, I'm surprised that nothing actually broke off. So, lucky accident, but nothing that broke off, yeah. So, definitely in here. And I'm painting the pipes, even though I'm gonna be repainting them later on. Yeah, but I want the red to be everywhere. And I don't care if I cover the windows, they're gonna be painted at the end of the process anyway. Yeah, but I want as little of the original colors that were here visible. I know that there's still gonna be some nooks and crannies that they're gonna be visible, but not too much. Alright, now I need to dry it off and be right back with the next layer of paints. And now that it is dry, I just dropped a drop of yellow into this red, added some red ink, and now I have nice orange. And let's just start stippling this orange on top. Yeah, I don't want to cover the red entirely, I just want to cover it in about 70% ish, because we all know that rust isn't a single color. So okay, and now I want this color, just a little bit of baking soda, yeah, just to throw into the wheel wells. And then I can see that I still have a lot of white showing up here, so yeah. Okay, now drying and changing color again. And I added some more yellow, just grabbing the red that I still have here, and I just gonna make it brighter yellow, brighter orange, not yellow. You can see the difference in between two colors straight away. And I just need to scrape some of the paint from this brush. Alright, so again I'm gonna be adding this color to the car, this time trying to hit about 50% of it. I think that that's okay. And again, drying and next color. And we have next patch of yellow on the palette. Just try to mix it into very bright color. Okay, I think that that's fine. That's roughly what I want. And now, again, just adding patches of it here and there. I'm not trying to go as much as I was with the previous color, but you know, I want this to be visible on the car. And I think that that's enough of it. Once it dries, it's probably gonna get a little bit darker. So yeah, I'm gonna dry it, and then I'm gonna paint the places that I want to be metallic with a black paint. We have all of the pieces that I want in black. So now let's get into changing them into metallics. Yeah, so again, like always, I don't want this to be very aggressive, but it's gonna be very aggressive because that's how I paint. It's gonna be probably into quite stark contrast to the rest of the car. And you know, during all of this painting of the different cars and everything, I actually grew quite more confident in my own painting abilities, which is very good, you know. I would advise everyone just to try to build a lot of stuff and just allow yourself to be sloppy with it. Yeah, because of that you can really build your own confidence. Yeah, and now what I want to do is just to add places, just add a little bit of metallics. Yeah, like, you know, with, like, for example, when you think about the size of this front bumper, yeah, even though it was rusted at some stage, it could hit a couple of cars, you know, and the rust could be scraped to the bare metal again. So that's my thinking, but you know, maybe you know, there was some, like, that it isn't fully rusted through, but there are still some gashes of metal, you know, And I don't know if it is, properly done. Yeah, but that's the idea for this build. Yep, I like this in here, maybe some in here, and just somewhat in here and here. Yeah, I think that's way enough for this car. And now I'm just gonna grab the bad ultramarine blue that I have. And I said that I wouldn't be using this on the miniatures, but this is only for the windows. I think that I have good enough brush to control this somewhat dry paint already. Yeah. So like always, when I don't have better idea, I just paint the windows blue. And there's a lot of little windows in here. All right. And we are almost there. There is one last step that I want to do. It is the pipes. Yeah, they're gonna be spewing a lot of smoke. So the ends of them gonna be probably quite darkened. Yeah, with just a little bit of actual metal showing through. So yeah, I think that this bad boy is done, so let's just grab the spin table and throw him on it. Yeah, and here it is, finished, done, dusted. Well, not dusted, I forgot about weathering, but I think that it is rusty enough. I think that I'm gonna add some weathering later on when I'm gonna be weathering the entire city with this car included. So yeah, this is how it turned out. I really like it. I think it actually turned out much better than I have it in my head. The spewers and everything just looks cool, and from just two small cars it turned out into something much more magnificent. So if you like it, please rate, comment, subscribe and share, and this is the end of it. So everybody have a lovely day and take care.